a few days ago, she needed to get like new reading glasses. And so I wanted to get her that. So we went in for an eye examination. So that's just with like the very like typical eye doctor. And then I didn't even know this, but my mom told me that this was her first time getting an eye examination. Me and my dad wear glasses. You know, we go in yearly to check our eyes. My mom is the only person in our family of 3 that doesn't wear glasses. So I just never thought that she just never went to the eye doctor. Yeah. So when I took her to get an eye examination just to see what she needed for the prescription, the doctor found out that she had like really high risk glaucoma. Like really, really high risk. Like literally the doctor was like, at any given time and moment, your mom could lose her sight because blah, blah, blah. Something about like not being able to filter, and then like because she's never gone in to check her eyes, the pressure of her eyes was just like super high. But she didn't feel anything. And you know, glaucoma is like... I read about it because they gave me a pamphlet. That's how you say it, right? And yeah, it's like a lot of the times it doesn't give you symptoms. But she was at like super high risk. So like the doctor was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna have to refer you to a specialist, and they're gonna have to do like a little mini surgery on her. And I was like, okay, can we do it like soon? And they're like, yeah, it really depends on the doctors. It could be weeks, months, you know, to make an appointment. So I was worried because like this doctor was just like, yeah, at any given time, like she could wake up tomorrow and get like severe headaches, nausea, and just lose sight. And if it doesn't get treated during that time, like she could lose her vision. And I'm looking at this doctor like, I just want to get reading glasses for my mom. Like I was like panicking, I'm not gonna lie. I was like low-key having a mental breakdown. I was like, I didn't know what the fuck glaucoma is. I was like, fuck, she already cuckoo. She's on heavy medication and she's gonna go blind. Like, oh my lord, what am I gonna do? So like, I called the specialist and I was like, yeah, we need this surgery like now. Because I don't know, like, you know, the doctor said that like she's lucky because she hasn't had the nausea and the intense headaches like come out yet. But he was saying that like if it does happen, it's already too late by then. And it was just at that point it was just like gambling with time. Was mama panicking? I don't know. She isn't able to really express herself too well. So even if she does panic, I can't really tell. Because a lot of like how she reacts and stuff is very suppressed by her medication. But I was panicking. I was like, shit, my mom's going blind. What the fuck? Okay, I thought I was gonna go blind first because I'm always in front of my computer. So then I called the specialist like, yeah, I need this surgery now. You know, and they were like, yeah, we can't do it today. And I'm just like, can we do it tomorrow? And they're like, we can't do it tomorrow. We're booked full. And I'm just like, please, I'm an only child between my mom and my dad, and you know, I don't even know what the fuck to say. I was just like, please, I just need like this to get off my shoulders, just to kind of like, you know, I have so many other things. So it's just like, if this is like something that we can do right now, we can just get rid of it, you know, just quickly. So then the lady was just like, okay, come in on this day, which was the day of the Pokemon stream. And she was like, yeah, you can come in the morning. So we did. And then, oh my god, this is the part where not having a car is very difficult. Okay, so this was the beginning of it. So it was super early in the morning. It was 8 a.m., right? Because you want to kind of be there prior to the appointment. The appointment was going to start at like 10 a.m. So I told my mom to meet me at my place at like 9:30-ish. And then I would Uber us to that specific hospital. What I didn't know was that my aunt was gonna drive my mom to my place, which is good. And then my aunt was also like, yeah, I'm gonna tag along. And I'm like, yeah, sure, that's great. Now I don't need to worry about like, you know, Ubering. Because then I don't have a car, right? But my aunt was like, yeah, but I have to start work like, you know, at 12 or something. So she'll just tag along in the morning and then leave afterwards. So I was like, yeah, that's fine. Oh my god, so because I was so nervous the night before, I only got like 3 hours of sleep. And I know this wasn't supposed to be, this isn't like a huge deal, but you know, I'm just really worried about my mom because my mom just has so many problems. So, like I didn't get a lot of sleep. And my aunt was just being... My aunt is like a different fucking species. I don't like, when I get enough sleep and I'm like in an okay mood, like I'm in a default good mood, I can handle her. Like, she just thinks differently and she does things really, really differently. Like, when you talk to her, it's like you're not there. I don't know how else to explain it. Like, she is in her own head every single second. You can talk to her about something and she can just completely like block you out. It's crazy. So like, I've never been to this hospital before. So my aunt was just like, okay, how do you get there? And I'm like, I don't know how to like get there, but I have the address. So I give her the address and she puts it into her GPS. And literally, I'm not even joking you, it's just a straight line, okay? It's very far away, but the good thing about it was that there was no left or right turns. It was just literally a straight line, which was very nice, right? So my aunt was like, okay, you look at the GPS and tell me like how to get there. And I was like, okay, sure. So I look at the GPS and it's literally a straight line. So I was like, okay, just go straight. And my aunt just asks me, I swear to God, she asked me like 6 times. Every 3 minutes, she would be like, okay, do I go left or right? And I'm like, no, auntie, you just go straight. And then she asked me again. She was like, do I go left or right? And I was like, I said it in Chinese. I was like, 你就往直走，就到了. That's what I said. Which means, just go straight and we'll get there. And then she was just like, no, you don't understand what I'm saying. But do I have to be on the left side or the right side? And I'm just like, auntie, we are on the right lane, if that's what you're asking. We are on the right lane, and it says on the GPS just to go straight. She said that 6 to 8 to 10 times. I don't even know. Like, I actually got kind of pissed. Like, I was not having it, okay? I didn't have a lot of sleep. I was really anxious about this. And you know what? I honestly would have rather Ubered. So, like, because the whole time there wasn't really like a red light. But when we got to our first red light, I was like, auntie, you just go straight. Look at I showed her the GPS. I was like, here, look at the map. It literally just, there's a straight line. And then she looks at this and she's like, oh, you just go straight. After asking me if we should go left or right 10 times. I literally wanted to open the window, jump out, and like kill myself. I'm not even joking. I just wanted to I'm done, guys. Good luck at the surgery. You look after her. Goodbye, guys. I'm done. Nope. I can't believe she looked at the phone and she was like, oh, we just go straight. I looked at her. I was like, do you speak Chinese? Like, what's happening? I even said it in English too. Like, I was like, what language do you speak? Next time, how should I speak to you? Like, do you want me to speak like in fucking, I don't know, Korean? Like, what's happening? I was so confused. Like, I literally just told her to go straight. That's it. Maybe she needs the image in her head. Okay, I think if you ask somebody like 10 times and it's the reoccurring answer, I think at that point, there's a little bit of you that's just like insane. So then we finally get there and there's like this really small parking space. And I'm just like, oh, maybe we can park in the other building, like the other building's parking lot, because it was a very, very tight space. Because there's like this really big truck that was kind of blocking every other fucking car. And then my auntie was just like, no, we can't park there because that's the other building's parking lot. If you park there and you're going to another building and they find out, they can like fine you. And I'm just like, technically, yeah, that's like the equivalent of like jaywalking and thinking that like a police officer will really like fine you for it. It's like, yeah, technically they could, but like nobody really does it. So I was telling her like, okay, you could try to squeeze in, right? So we try to squeeze in. There's like this car next to us, and the guy was still in the car, and he was looking at us like, he was nodding his head like this. He was just like, I think he was trying to tell us not to park there because it was such a tight space, and he was really afraid that we would bump into his car. So my aunt was just like, wait, where do I park then? So I'm just, and then he like, you know, points to the other building's parking lot, and then I was like, you know, that's what I said. And then she's like, no, we cannot park there because we need to go to this building. And the guy was just like, the guy just left, you know, he's smart. He didn't argue at all. He just fucking left. And I saw him like a couple minutes later, I saw him parked at the other building. And then, so finally we get to the hospital. And then, we have to register and everything. And they're just like, okay, please wait a moment. It'll be like an hour wait. And then my aunt goes berserk. She just goes like, what? But my sister's surgery starts at 10 and it's already 10:05. And I'm just like, this is very normal for like, anything. Like, they tell you to come by this time, but they're usually the ones that are like delaying. That's just very normal. And she's like, well, I have to go to work. And I was like, yeah, you can go. I can look after mom. Like, I was like, low-key, I didn't even know you were going to be here today. Like, I kind of wish you weren't, but... like, honestly, like, I'm a little bit less stressed if you weren't here. I'm not gonna lie. Thank you for the car ride, though, I guess. So she was just, like, making a huge fuss in the hospital to the point where, like, the hospital concierge person, she was just like, yeah, you're too loud. You have to get out. Like, you have to leave. Like, she was so loud. And I'm just like, Mom... I was just like, Mom, please tell Auntie to stop. Like, what is wrong? She was just like complaining that like her sister had to wait. But the thing is, like, other people have surgeries too. So yeah, and they're a little bit more like, I guess, like, I mean, first of all, they were here first, and second of all, they're also emergencies, I guess. So like, we all went outside for a little bit, and I was just like, yeah, you can go to work. I can just look after mom. Like, we're already here. And my aunt was just like, are you sure? Are you sure you can handle this? Are you sure you can handle all of this? And I was just like, you make sure you need to take her home after the surgery. I was like, I'm going to beat myself up if you don't go. Because I can't beat you up because you're my auntie. So the only person I can beat up is myself. So I'm gonna do that. I'm going to do that right now. I'm gonna punch myself in the face just so you would shut up. Like, oh my god, I was like not having it. I was so annoyed. I was like, you need to leave before I hurt myself. Like, really. And you know what? We're in front of a hospital, so, I'll probably be saved. So she's like, okay. But then she was like, okay, actually, since we have 15 minutes left, because the lady at the concierge was like, you have an hour, right? So by the time we were like arguing and getting kicked out and everything, we had 15 minutes left. So my auntie was just like, okay, you still have 15 minutes left. I'm gonna drive you to the closest McDonald's and you're gonna eat something because you need to eat. You're too skinny. And I'm just like, I don't really feel like eating. I'm really anxious right now, so I don't really want to eat anything. She's like, no, you have to eat. You have to eat now. And I'm just like, okay, fine. So the fucking 15-minute, like, detour to McDonald's turned out to be like fucking 30. And I was like, oh my, we cannot miss this surgery. Like, we really need to go back. So I fucking just ordered one thing. I just like fucking like self-served myself one hash brown. I was like, okay, let's go. And then my auntie was just like, that's all you're eating? A hash brown? I was like, I don't feel like eating. I just want to die. Please stop. She was being so annoying. I was like gonna cry. I was like, please, you're making this so much harder than it needs to be. Just let me go. Please. She wouldn't leave. And then she drove us all the way back and we were late. But thank God that like, apparently that day, like, everything was pushed back, so we had to wait even more. And that made my aunt even more angry. But then I was just like, it's okay. Just go to work. Seriously, you should leave. I have the hash brown. We're not late for the surgery because everything is backed up, so just leave, okay? There's no point staying here anymore. Like, we're just gonna be leaving. So she finally left for work. And I turned to my mom and I just said, you're such a bystander. Because this entire time, my mom did not do anything. My mom, one time, stood up for me. There was this one time where she was just like, leave Enna alone. And because my aunt is actually like the younger sister of my mother, she listens to her. I don't know why. I think it's because they grew up together. So like my aunt is very used to listening to my mom. Because when my mom says something, she will listen. Even though she's kind of like cuckoo. So... But the whole time, like, I was suffering with the hash brown in my hand and my mom was just watching. I was just like, when I go to hell, you're just gonna watch from heaven. So, that's messed up. Yeah, it's the Asian hierarchy, guys. It's true. And, after a while, we calmed down because it was just me and my mom. Oh, yeah, and then everything just got super delayed. Like, apparently, like, so instead of waiting just like an hour and then they delayed it for like another half an hour, it became like 3.5 hours. And I'm just like, damn, like, are we gonna be able to do this today or what's happening? So the doctor gave my mom another like checkup before she went in for the surgery, and he was just like, yeah, okay, I'm gonna prescribe her some medication. So after she's done with the surgery, she'll have to take this for like a couple days, blah, blah, blah. So I was like, okay, let's make the most of our time. So I was thinking because we were gonna have to wait for the surgery anyways, let's go pick up the medicine first. Because there's like this pharmacy that was quite close. And it was a really nice day, so me and my mom walked over there. And we approached the pharmacist, and I was like, yeah, we're here to like pick up the medicine that the doctor prescribed. And the guy was just like, oh yeah, actually you're dropping off the prescription of the medicine first. And then after 20 minutes, you come back and pick up the medicine that's prepared for you. And I'm just like, well, we gotta wait 3 hours over there. And we're gonna wait 20 minutes here. Do I have to wait to like take a shit too? Should I wait for my next breath of oxygen? Let me hold my breath for like 30 minutes, okay? I was just like, bro, literally it was just like eye drops, okay? Like it wasn't like anything. I was like, what do you need to prepare? Like, what do you need to prepare? Like the dosage? Like just 1, 2, like, I don't know, just like give me the whole bottle. Is this like special medicine like from a special cow and you have to milk it or something? Like 20 minutes! Like if it was like a bunch of like medicine that you had to take like, you know, to ingest it, like I kind of get it. Okay, like you have to take some time to like measure that. But it's like eye drops. It's like, where are we milking at the back? Like what's happening? Are you on lunch? Like I think the guy was going on lunch. I'm not gonna lie. So yeah, they have to prepare it first. This is like, okay, like what you need to like, I don't know. Like I don't understand. But I just didn't have the fucking energy to just be like my aunt, you know? At that point, I just started laughing. I swear to God, the guy was just like, yeah, give me like 20 minutes to prepare it. And I just looked at my mom, I just started laughing my ass off because I was so pissed, but also I'm just like, man, life is so fucking annoying. Like, I don't even know anymore. So, because like, at that point, like the doctor was like, oh yeah, just be back by like be back at like, I think 1:40 or something. By the time we got to the pharmacy, it was already like 1:30. So we only really had 10 minutes to go back. Then I had to like Uber us back even though it was quite close to the hospital. Because if we walked, we would have taken quite a bit of... Like, the walk was like 15 minutes, but I didn't want to like be late. Well, first of all, I called this Uber, and this guy... I was like, okay, we're standing right in front of the pharmacy. And I wrote that in English, right? Through text. And the guy responded back in Russian. And I was just like, what is happening? Like, what is happening today? Like, am I dreaming? Like, like, what is happening today? The guy legit responded back in Russian. I'm just like, oh, sorry, I don't speak Russian. So, because I thought he maybe might have, like, you know, didn't change, like, the keyboard setting on his phone. And he replied back in Russian again. So I had to, like, copy and paste it into, like, Google Translate. And he literally said, okay, I'll be there. And then when I said that he's typing in Russian, he just wrote, I know, but in Russian. And I'm just like, oh, low-key, I literally wanted to like type in Japanese. I'd be like, wakarimashita, you know? Like, I just want to do shit like that. I was like, bruh, like, hello? Anyways. So then the guy came, and I was just like, oh my God, when you type Russian to me, I panicked because I didn't know what you were saying because I don't speak Russian. Like, I told him that, right? Because I was just like, oh, you know, like, yeah, I didn't really know what you're saying. And he's just like, yeah, just translate it. And I'm just like... It's like everybody that day decided that they just wanted to be really, really annoying, but all at the same time. Like, all at the same time, like as a domino, like, it was one domino after another. Like, every single person that I talked to on that day, besides my mom, just decided, hey, let's just fuck up Enna today and just make her day worse. And I was just like, you were doing a great job. And even then, I still gave him a 5 stars because, you know, I mean, it's not really a big deal, but I was just not having it. I was just already having a bad day, so I wasn't really, like, I wasn't sure if I would be pissed on a normal day or if I was just pissed because I'm already pissed by, like, everyone else before him. So I just gave him a 5 star anyways because I wasn't sure if I was pissed or not. But anyways, we made it before 1:40. Oh, and that was when, you know, the patient before us with the guy with the metal in his eye, like, was like going in. So like, yeah, so he came out, winked at us like this, you know. That was the only funny part of the entire day. And then my mom was about to go in, and then the doctor's like, oh yeah, just your mom, not you. So I was like, oh, okay, right, true, because I can't really go in when they're doing surgery. So I waited outside and I was just like, I was staring at the fucking white walls of the hospital and I was just like, what if I actually just like fainted right now? And then I was like, no, they're gonna bring me back to life. So, yeah. And then my mom came out and it was successful and then the doctor was like, she did perfect, perfect, perfect. And I was just like, nice. And I wanna die. Like, I wanna go home. And I wanna die. I wanna eat lunch. And I wanna kill. Yeah. That's about it. So I was just like, let's go. Even my mom was tired. My mom wasn't even tired from the surgery. She was just tired of just like, being dragged everywhere. Such a long wait. After the doctor was like, okay, you're good to go. We went back to the pharmacy. And I was just like, hi, I'm here to pick up the medicine. Are you done milking the eye drops? And the guy was like, huh? I was like, nothing, just give it to me. And the guy says, here you go. And it was literally just a bottle of eye drops. Like, of course, like prescribed. So it's like different from the over-the-counter eye drops. But like, it's just like 20 minutes? Like, what do you need to do? Like, who are you? Are you like, are you fucking an employee in the back? Like, what's happening? Like, I don't understand. So, like, we got the fucking eye drops. I gave her the drops, and I'm just like, Mom, do you want to eat lunch with me? I know you just had surgery and stuff, but, like, if you're up for it, do you want to go somewhere and just eat a very nice meal? Because the only cure or temporary cure to my depression is eating good food. And so my mom was like, yeah, let's go. My mom actually was not really like, she didn't seem like she was very like uncomfortable or anything. I was like, can you see, like, she was like, it's a bit blurry. And I was like, okay, yeah, if you want to go home, I can like Uber you home right now. But she was like, no, let's eat something. I'm hungry. So we went to a nice restaurant, we ate, and I sent her home. So that was like the best part of my day. Just eating with my mom and knowing that she got the surgery and that she got the medicine. So honestly, yeah, it turned out pretty well. But man, everybody really do know how to push my buttons.